In today's world, we see a new creation all around us. It is called artificial intelligence, or AI. This technology is made by humans, but it can think and learn in ways that seem almost human. It can write stories, create pictures, and even talk to us like a person. Many people are excited by these amazing inventions. They believe AI can solve big problems in medicine, science, and our daily lives. They see it as a tool that will bring great benefits to all of humanity and help us build a better future for our children and for generations to come. This progress is seen as a sign of human achievement and a blessing. However, many people also feel a sense of fear. When a machine can speak with a human voice or create art that looks real, it can be very strange. It makes us question what it means to be human. Some people worry that we are creating something we cannot control. They are concerned that this powerful technology could be used for bad purposes, to lie to people or to take away their jobs. This fear is not just about technology, it is a deep concern about the future and the unknown challenges that may arise from such powerful tools that are developing at a very fast pace all around the world today. For Muslims, these feelings can be connected to our faith and the prophecies we have been taught. The Holy Quran and the Hadith of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, tell us about the signs of the last day. These signs warn us of great trials and tribulations, known as fitna. When we see a technology as powerful and as strange as AI, it is natural for some believers to wonder if this is one of the signs that we have been warned about. They ask themselves if this new intelligence is simply a tool, or if it could be something more sinister that is meant to test our faith. This essay will explore these questions. We will look at the Islamic prophecies about a figure known as the Dajjal, the Great Deceiver. We will examine what AI can do today and compare its abilities to the descriptions of the Dajjal. We will also discuss what Islamic scholars say about this topic. The goal is not to give a final answer, but to help believers understand the issues. It will provide guidance on how to think about this new technology, with wisdom, knowledge, and most importantly, with strong faith in Allah the Most High and His divine plan for all of creation. In Islamic eschatology, which is the study of the end of times, the Dajjal is a central and very dangerous figure. The name Al-Masih ad-Dajjal translates to the deceitful Messiah. He is described as the greatest trial that humanity will ever face before the Day of Judgment. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned his followers about the Dajjal in many hadith. He spoke about him so much that the companions thought he was hiding nearby. This shows the seriousness of this fitna. The Dajjal will be a man who will claim to be God, and he will have great powers to deceive people and lead them astray from the true path of Islam. The Dajjal's deception will be very powerful because he will perform acts that look like miracles. The hadith tell us he will have a heaven and a hell with him, but his heaven will actually be hellfire, and his hell will actually be a cool garden. He will be able to command the sky to rain and the earth to grow food. He will travel the entire world at great speed like a cloud driven by the wind. These are abilities that would confuse and mislead anyone whose faith is not strong. He will target people's basic needs and desires, offering them food, wealth, and ease in exchange for their belief in him as their Lord. One of the most well-known descriptions of the Dajjal is that he will be one-eyed. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Verily, your Lord is not one-eyed, but the Dajjal is blind in his right eye, and his eye looks like a floating grape." This physical description is a clear sign for the believers to recognize him and reject his claims. It is a mercy from Allah, the Most High, that the Dajjal, despite his immense power to deceive with his actions, will have a clear and unmistakable flaw in his physical form. This flaw serves as a reminder that he is not perfect and he is not divine, as only Allah the Most High is perfect in every way. The primary mission of the Dajjal is to test the faith of every human being. He is the ultimate test of belief versus disbelief. His arrival will force people to make a choice between the temporary comforts and illusions of this world and the eternal truth of Allah the Most High. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught us to seek refuge in Allah from the trial of the Dajjal in every prayer. He also advised us to memorize the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf from the Holy Quran, as this will protect a believer from the Dajjal's fitna. This shows the importance of being prepared spiritually for this great trial. When we look at the abilities of modern artificial intelligence, we can see why some people make a connection to the prophecies of the Dajjal. AI today can create deep fakes, which are videos and audio recordings that look and sound perfectly real. A person's face and voice can be used to make them say things they never said. This is a powerful form of deception, creating lies that are very difficult to detect. The Dajjal is the master of deception, and this technology allows for mass deception on a scale never seen before. It can make people doubt the truth and believe in falsehoods, which is the very essence of the Dajjal's fitna. Furthermore, the Dajjal is described as having control over the earth's resources, making it rain and bringing forth vegetation. Today, AI systems are used to control vast systems that manage our world. They optimize farming with drones and sensors, predict weather patterns, and control global supply chains that deliver food and goods. An interconnected global system, powered by a single AI, could theoretically control the flow of resources to entire nations. It could grant resources to those who obey it and withhold them from those who do not, which sounds very similar to the Dajjal's method of tempting people with worldly provisions and sustenance. The prophecy also states that the Dajjal will travel the earth with great speed. Consider the internet today, which is the backbone of AI. Information, both true and false, can travel across the entire globe in an instant. An AI system does not need to physically travel. Its influence can be everywhere at once through our phones, computers, and screens. It can see through every camera and speak through every speaker. This creates a kind of omnipresence that is godlike. This digital omnipresence, this ability to be in all places at once, mirrors the description of the Dajjal's swift movement and his ability to reach every corner of the world to spread his message. However, we must also be very careful and point out the differences. The Dajjal is described as a specific person, a man who is one-eyed. AI is not a person. It is a tool created by humans. It is code and data. The Dajjal will explicitly claim to be God, whereas AI makes no such claim. The miracles of the Dajjal are described as real, tangible events in the physical world, like bringing a dead person back to life. AI's abilities, while impressive, are simulations and tricks. It can create a video of a person, but it cannot bring a soul back to a body. This distinction is very important for a believer to remember. So, how should a Muslim respond to the rise of AI? The first and most important step is to seek knowledge. We must not fall into ignorance or blind fear. We should learn about what AI is, how it works, and what it can and cannot do. At the same time, we must deepen our knowledge of our own religion. We must study the Quran and the Hadith to understand the signs of the end times correctly, based on authentic sources. Islamic scholars advise us to avoid jumping to conclusions and labeling every new technology as the Dajjal. Doing so can create unnecessary panic and distract us from our real duties as Muslims. The second piece of advice is to strengthen our faith, our Iman. The greatest protection against any fitna, whether it is from the Dajjal or from a deceptive technology, is a strong connection with Allah, the Most High. This means performing our daily prayers, reading the Holy Quran, remembering Allah or dhikr, and seeking His guidance through dua. As the Prophet, peace be upon him, advised, reciting the opening verses of Surah Al-Kahf is a powerful spiritual shield. A heart that is firm in its belief in Allah's oneness and power will not be swayed by false miracles or digital illusions created by machines or by the Dajjal himself. Third, we must use technology wisely and for good. Islam is not against technology. Throughout history, Muslims have been leaders in science, mathematics, and innovation. The key is the intention and the application. We can use AI to learn about Islam, to access lectures from scholars, to organize charity work, and to help our communities. We must be critical consumers of information, especially online. We should teach ourselves and our children to question what we see and hear, and to verify sources before believing or sharing something. This is an essential skill in an age of deep fakes and misinformation. Finally, we must place our ultimate trust in Allah's plan. The prophecies about the Dajjal are not meant to make us live in constant fear and despair. They are meant to prepare us and to serve as a reminder that this worldly life is temporary and a test. We should focus on being the best Muslims we can be right now, being honest, just, compassionate, and steadfast in our worship. Whether AI is a precursor to the Dajjal or simply another worldly trial, the path for the believer is the same. We must hold firmly to the rope of Allah, seek knowledge, strengthen our faith, and trust that He is the best of planners.